Hey everyone, this is Dr. Kanita from Araya Holistic Pain Management. Here I'm going to show you how I make the liniments that I have in my clinic. So I know the one that I have in clinic is called the Ditta gel, and I use that mostly for any kind of trauma, any bruises, or if you kind of pull a muscle that day. These two liniments are a little bit different. So like with everything, and it has a certain temperature. So with the Ditta gel, it is mainly neutral, which means it's not hot and it's not cold. So it's pretty neutral in how it treats the pain. Now with these are actually slightly different in terms of the temperature. So this one that we have here, it's called the Honghu gel. So this is actually more warming. So this can be great for any type of pain that gets worse in the winter time, or it gets worse with cold, or you feel like the muscles are contracting in your back or in the neck. So this is a really great liniment for the winter time for any cold pains, or even those people who have arthritis and it gets worse in the cold. And this one is actually a more cooling liniment. So they have herbs that help with like more hot pain, or if the area of the joint is like really red or swollen. So this is a more cooling liniment versus very hot. So just to show you some of the herbs in here, there's a lot in here, but the main ones, this is actually the cinnamon bark. So you have both the cinnamon twig and the cinnamon bark. So the cinnamon bark is a little bit stronger in terms of the potency of how warming it is. You also have, if you see like the red flower here, this is the saffron. And also in both of these, there is frankincense and myrrh, which helps with moving the blood or any kind of blood stasis related to pain. So you can kind of see the honghua is also in here as well, along with an herb called taoren, which is like the apricot kernel, which is really great for, again, moving blood, relieving pain. So it's used in both of these formulas. But again, this is more for warming versus cooling. And here, this is actually the African cayenne pepper, so it's very hot. And so how I make it is essentially I put all the herbs in the jar, and I use basically any kind of cheap alcohol that you have on hand. You don't need anything expensive, and pour it in with the herbs. So kind of do that here, and I leave it in for almost minimally about like 3 months. So you get all the goodness, the extraction of the herbs into the liniment itself. But I've actually, to make it even stronger, it's kind of like wine, like the longer you have it sit, the stronger it is. So I've actually had it even sit for almost a year, and a lot of my patients and my colleagues that have used my Ditta gel have told me like how awesome it is, and it helps a lot with their pain. And I let that sit for almost a year, and typically I kind of leave it inside the closet, like a dark area where, you know, none of the pets can get it, because you don't want them to open that. And just shake it up because you want it to kind of mix together. And so it's really helpful in that sense. Let me see. So there's the pepper. So pour these carefully. So this is actually dangui, which is a great herb to move blood. It's actually great for menstrual pain as well. Oh, here are the little apricot seeds you can see in here. And then there's other herbs that mainly help move the blood, help with the pain. So again, and even sometimes I've had it where I've actually grounded up the herbs. So with everything, in science, the answer to everything is like more surface area. So when you grind up the herbs, you have more surface area for the alcohol to touch. So very helpful in that sense. So it mixes a lot better. But I mean, for now, this still works really well. And you can kind of see how beautiful the herbs are. So you dump that all in there. And I kind of just got like a cheap vodka, nothing fancy with the alcohol. And just fill it all up. I'll probably add more a little later, but just for this video, just add the whole bottle in here. Just like that. And I always get these to seal it really well. And again, for this one, this again is the more cooling. So you have, this is actually called Bing Pian, and you shouldn't ingest this. This is super cooling, helps with relieving pain or any kind of sores or abscesses. You can actually use it topically to help heal sores. Very useful. And this is the grounded up frankincense and myrrh mixed together. Again, really helpful to relieve pain. So these herbs kind of work together in that sense. So this is not as big as a formula as the other one. But again, more for kind of like hot kind of pain, red, swelling. If you have arthritis pain that's more like warm or gets worse in the summer, this can be a great liniment for that. So same thing. Just gonna pour it all in, and I also obviously write down when I put this in, so I know when to take it out and bottle them up afterwards. Again, minimally like 3 months where you can use it. And again, here, seal it up. Give it a little shake for both. And that's how I make the liniments. And then when they're ready, I just bottle them up and they're ready to go.